I'm Olek Novak, this is Chasing Cars, and today we are checking out the all-new Volkswagen Multivan. Now, Chasing Cars, we don't do too many van videos, and you may be thinking, aren't vans more of a commercial proposition? Well, with the all-new Volkswagen Multivan, Volkswagen has made quite a few changes under the skin, which intend to make this handle more like a regular car. Not only that, but this vehicle intends to target top-selling models like the Kia Carnival. So stay tuned in this video as we see what's changed for the all-new Multivan for 2025. But before we do all of that, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell below. Chasing Cars, honest reviews of your next car.
Brought to you by
Budget Direct.
Now, the Multivan has already been on sale in Europe for a bit of time now, but it is coming to Australia in early 2025. Now, the big change under the skin of this vehicle is the platform that it rides on. So the previous Multivan rode on a commercial vehicle platform, whereas the new Multivan is going to ride on Volkswagen's MQB platform. That is a significant change because that platform is shared with passenger vehicles like the Volkswagen Golf and also the Volkswagen Tiguan. So naturally we should expect some better handling, steering and refinement from this vehicle, but obviously we'll be the judge of that when we take it for our first drive on Aussie roads. Now, in terms of the lineup for the new Multivan, we're getting a Life variant as we've got here today, launching in Australia in Q1 of 2025. Then in Q3 of 2025, we're going to get a higher spec style variant joining the range as well. Pricing has not been announced, so we'll expect that to come in the coming months, but the current Multivan starts at around that $70,000 mark. And Volkswagen says they are intending to target the highest selling 7-seat vehicles in Australia. Now, in terms of the powertrain that's going to be on offer with the new Multivan, so the Life variant, it's going to be powered by a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine. So it's mated to a 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. It is front wheel drive. It delivers 110 kilowatts of power, 360 Newton meters of torque. Now the style variant, when it launches, it's going to have a different powertrain, but it's not confirmed what that will be. Now crucially for the Life, in terms of fuel efficiency, the claim is 6.4 litres per 100 kilometres. So with this vehicle's 80-litre fuel tank, you can expect a claim of around 1,200 kilometres of range, which is pretty good. Now, while this vehicle no longer rides on a commercial vehicle platform, it still looks quite van-like. That is definitely the case, but the two-tone paint that will be an option in Australia down the track does definitely make it look pretty cool. But really, this vehicle is all about the practicality and those features inside, and there's some pretty cool ones. So let's check them out right now. All right, so let's take a quick look at the front seats because really we want to get into the back and check out what cool features are there. But overall, in the front of the Multivan, it feels really nice. There's quite a few familiar Volkswagen elements, the most notable of which being the steering wheel, a familiar Volkswagen wheel. You've got some physical buttons there, which is great. You've got two 10-inch screens in front of you, so a digital instrument cluster and then a 10-inch infotainment screen as well. In terms of standard tech, it's pretty well spec'd, so you've got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto too. Then apart from that, there's a lot of practical features around here. You've got a lot of storage sections. So you've got one here at the very top of the dashboard. You've got another section over here as well on top of the glove box section, which opens there. It's quite nicely damped. Everything feels quite nice and solid. You've got a little section over here which reveals two cup holders too, and a little tray here for holding your phone as well. Now, apart from that, one of the hero elements of this vehicle, I guess, is just how much space there is, which is helped in terms of the fact that you've got that lovely light two-tone cloth seat trim here, which comes standard on the Life variant, which creates that open, light, airy interior ambience, but also helped by the fact that you've got this open section here, which effectively means that you can slide from the front driver's seat to the front passenger seat. Then, in between those two seats, you've got this little section over here, which is actually a multi-function table, which we can slide on rails right to the very back of the vehicle to reveal even more space over here. But let's check out exactly how that multi-function table functions in the back. Now we are in the pièce de résistance, the second and the third row of the Multivan. What I'm going to do first is shut the power sliding doors that you've got on either side of the vehicle, and now let's check out the back half of the vehicle, which I guess the hero of this is the configurability that's on offer. So there's probably too many features to cover off in the space of a 5-minute video, so I'm just going to do a few highlights, and we're going to start again with the multifunction table that you might remember that I slid down from the front of the vehicle. We've now got it here in the back. What we're going to do now is essentially allow it to go up like so. We're going to pull this out. Got a nice little table here. I can put my laptop here. I can work away. So that's a cool little feature. There's cup holders and extra storage compartments in it too. It all feels pretty solidly screwed together. It has a nice feel to it. Again, we can move it up and down like so you can create more space over here. But then you've got other features like these little tables over here that also have a cup holder section in them too. And then a lot of other little amenities, some really sturdy feeling grab handles here too. And it all feels, again, I've got decent headroom, legroom is obviously excellent. And then we've got a lot of configurability. So firstly, you've got these armrests on either side, which are detachable. So you can move them to the rear seats as well, to the third row. But I guess the key thing is, because this tray table is on rails and these seats are on rails, essentially there's about 7 or so different combinations in how you can have the seats positioned in this vehicle. So you could, for example, have it with just seats on the side. You could have it as a 3-seater here and a 2-seater there, or a 3-seater there and a 2-seater here. You could also remove the seats entirely or remove certain seats. So we'll demonstrate how to remove a seat in a second, but essentially that increases how much space you've got in the back as well if you remove these seats. So with all seats in play, all 7 seats in play, you've got just over 460 litres of boot space, which is already good. If you were then to remove the third row, you've got about over 1,800 litres of boot space. And then if you were to remove both the second and the third row, you've got over 3,600 litres of boot space. So again, the practicality, the configurability, that is the big selling point of this vehicle. But now let's show you how to remove one of these seats to achieve that 3,600 litres of boot space. All right, so now with that configurability, I'm now going to demonstrate how to remove one of these seats, which is the same for everything, because you can remove the rear seats, you can remove the centre tray table as well. How you do that is essentially what we're going to do is fold up this armrest over here. Then we are going to pull this to lower this seat down like so, nice and easy. Then there is another red tag that we're going to pull at the back, which essentially releases it from the rails. Now, one thing that Volkswagen has also said is that the seats are 25% lighter, so that's definitely going to make it easier to move them in and out of the vehicle too. And it's quite simple to put the seats back in, which I tried earlier, but I'm not going to do that now because I want to enjoy some more legroom in the third row, which is pretty good. There's even more amenities out here in the back too. But again, we haven't gone through everything today because this has just been a short kind of initial taste test of the Multivan before it launches in Australia in Q1 of next year. So we look forward to keeping you up to date on the vehicle's launch in Australia. We'll let you know how it's priced once that is confirmed. And of course, we'd love to know what you have to think about this car, or should I say van really. Would you consider this over something like a top spec Kia Carnival? Let us know in the comment section down below. But in the meantime, we'll of course keep you posted. Thank you for watching Chasing Cars. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell below.